Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It has been a moment since we have done a pick a card reading, so today that's exactly what we'll be doing, going into three groups and receiving messages. I've already pre-shuffled the deck, so I'm going straight into the messages. What we're seeking guidance, seeking insight on today are messages from a benevolent universe, because it's a matter of perspective of how you see the universe, how you see the world at large. And so for me, I choose to believe, I choose to decide, I choose to know that I live in a benevolent universe. So let's get into the definition of benevolence for those of you who may not be aware. Benevolence, one of its synonyms, the words that are similar, is kind, kind-hearted for some. It's showing goodwill. Benevolence is desiring to do good, to offer good to others. Now, I know that we live in, or at least in the 3D, there is this energy of duality. So just like you have benevolence, you can have the opposite, malevolence. But today, since it's what we focus on, your thoughts and what you focus on is what's most vital, what's most important. Today we're going to focus on living in a benevolent universe and receiving guidance and insight from the Most High, from your angels, from your ancestors, about living in a benevolent universe, about goodwill, kind-heartedness, desiring to do good unto others. Now, the message may come forth as something you need to clarify in order to be more benevolent. It may come as a message that the universe, your angels, your ancestors are offering you about something that is benevolently happening to you. Take the messages as they resonate. For some of you, you may, and use your intuition, choose one of the piles to receive messages from, to receive guidance from, to receive insight from. For some of you, two of these piles may speak to you, and or all three. Because it is a benevolent universe, there may be a multitude of messages that are coming forth. Let your intuition guide you. So let's get into these messages of kindness, messages of goodwill, and desiring to do good to others. Okay? That's what we're seeking guidance on today. We did that already. Messages of benevolence. Okay, let me introduce you to your three piles. Do these first. No, let's get some tarot first. Because tarot gets down to the nitty-gritty of everything that's going on. So Okay, we got a lot going on here right now. Okay, so group number one, your key word, key message, key energy is the F word, and the number is 30. So you can choose by the phrase, the key phrase. May I have 3, please? You can choose by the number, or you can choose by the pile and just let your intuition be your guidance. Okay? 2, 3. Group number 2. Your key card, key message is living large, and the number is 25. I'm going to move these. Hold on one second. Group number 3. Your key phrase, key message, key energy is musing right along, and the number is 18. Okay, so let's find out what guidance, what insight the benevolent universe has for you today. Okay, 3. You know what? I want to give you a crystal card, because the crystals always enhance a message for me. So one moment, let me just pull out a crystal for group number 1. Got 2. Group number 2. And group number 3 also got 2. Okay. So, group number 1, again, your key phrase is the F word, the number is 30. Group number 2, you have living large, the number is 25. And in full transparency, I did this message last night, and I got to the end of the message, and the very end of all 3 piles of seeking messages from a benevolent universe, and the video cut out, like literally, and was gone at the last minute. So we're redoing it because I felt like, why not? Why not? Okay, group number 1, you have a lot of messages here. Let's get right into it. Your key phrase, key energy, key word is the F word. You also have selling out. You have the heart message of playfulness. Your crystals are the tiger's eye and lapis lazuli. Let me show you those up close. The tiger's eye and lapis lazuli. Your tarot cards are the Page of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. You have luminous essence from the Lemurian deck, and you have crystal blessings. You also have wedding rings. You have radio for your rune. You also have forgiveness. You have divine wisdom, inner child, you have set your intentions. Can't really see these, but trying to get them clearly in the camera, but that's not working. So rebirth, soulmate, insecurity. This says, to whom am I comparing myself to right now? You have wealthy man and family room. You have call of the dancing crane. So I can see them. Action. Sanctuary with the mystic meadow. Crystals with focus. Earth with nurture. Power over difficulty, reclaiming your power. Intimacy. And gable with gift. Okay, so group number 1, your message from the universe is that you guys are in the need of forgiveness and or forgiving another. Your keyword, the F word, this F is not the middle finger. No, this F is about forgiveness. Not only once, but you have it twice. This card also says forgiveness. It says, I forgive myself and I am forgiven. So many of you are needing first and foremost to forgive yourself. 30, and this one's 14. So 5 and 3. 5 is the change. Forgiveness allows this change to come forth for you. Forgiving yourself, forgiving others, being in the energy of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a higher vibration energy. It's not as easy to always forgive yourself for things that you felt like you've done wrong and or could have done better. But this is what the benevolent universe is saying to you, that it is time now to get into this energy of forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving others. For many of you, the forgiveness comes from within, with inner child things that have happened to you since you were a child. Many of you didn't know how to get over those things, and honestly didn't recognize that things that have happened to you from a child are and or were affecting the way you deal with your relationships, especially when it comes to soulmates. Many of you have had some insecurities around your stability when it comes to self, your stability when it comes to soulmates. But it's now like you're learning to be more self-loving with self, receiving divine wisdom on how to be more intimate with yourself, forgiving yourself, which then allows you to be more intimate with others, recognizing that you are a gift and what you offer is also a gift to another. Many of you are learning to focus on yourself and the positiveness that you bring. It's now time, group number one, the benevolent universe is saying to you, for you to set your intentions. Set your intentions on a new beginning for many of you with a soulmate by offering forgiveness. That it's now time to focus on taking action and having the courage to express the way you uniquely love, the way you uniquely love yourself, the way you uniquely love others. Many of you, you've taken this journey and gone within. If you're not, this is what the benevolent universe is saying to you, that it's now time to tap into this higher vibrational energy of forgiveness, setting the intention to forgive yourself, to forgive others, to be more intimate with yourself, to allow this rebirth of your intimacy to come forth again, especially with wealthy man here. Many of you may be this wealthy man, and or you are dealing with a wealthy man who may be a soulmate, or you're this wealthy man that is now needing to forgive a soulmate, forgive yourself, so that you can move more into a place of union, of this soul connection, of this taking on this everlasting promise. Many of you have sold yourself out, selling yourself out because you're not willing to uniquely express yourself in the way that you love. Some of you are selling yourself out because you don't possibly feel like you're worthy of love. And the benevolent universe is saying, baby, it's time to interject some playfulness into your energy. It's now time to bring back the laughter. Laughter is one of the best therapies you can have for yourself. So it's now time for you to have some fun with others, like forgive and have some fun together is what I'm getting. To remember what it feels like to have fun with another. Letting love, laughter be your healing energy. Letting forgiveness be your healing energy. This is an intention that the benevolent universe is asking you, group number one, to set forth the energy of laughter, to move into a higher vibration of forgiveness, to move into a higher vibration of love. Some of you may actually be taking a trip with radio here to connect with a soulmate is what I'm getting. Many of you have been in the energy of standing your ground, and when you speak to your soulmate, and when you've been speaking to yourself, your self-talk has not been as positive as it could be. You've been on guard with yourself. You've been allowing your ego to protect you, saying, this is the way we've always done it. This is how we should do it. It's now time to take this new beginning and move forward in a more higher vibrational way, to take the action, to focus on setting the intentions to move in a higher vibrational way. Group number one, you have the crystal blessing grandmother here. This is the benevolent universe encouraging you, and you received 2 crystals. To use the crystals to assist you in amplifying the energy of laughter, of love, of intimacy. With the grandmother crystal blessing here, and you have the universe is speaking to you twice. You also have crystals here with focus. So the crystals could assist you in focusing. The grandmother crystal blessing is also saying, allow the crystals, Gaia is guiding you to allow the crystals to help you to integrate this energy of forgiveness, to integrate this intimacy with self, with another, to bring forth more laughter in your life. For many of you, this has to do, if you look at all that purple, with your third eye. Lapis lazuli is one of the crystals that assist you in balancing out and harmonizing your mental state. Third eye energy with focus here. So as you're harmonizing and balancing out your emotional state, your lapis lazuli could assist you also with the spiritual and your physical energy. This crystal brings more inner peace when it's used within your meditation. It is also a crystal of the third eye, hence seeing all this purple here with the focus. So many of you are needing to tap into your third eye energy and allow yourself to see what's inside of you, to see the real you, so that you're not selling yourself out. by not uniquely expressing yourself, by not focusing on love, laughter. You also have the tiger's eye. And tiger's eye, the grandmother crystal blessing, the benevolent universe is saying to use this powerful stone also as a third eye meditation. Group number one, your energy, your message from the benevolent universe is about tapping into your third eye energy. Both of the crystals that came out for you amplify the energy, magnify of your third eye. Tiger's eye, when used with meditation, heightens your vibration and allows you to connect more with the earth and the sun, which enhances your psychic abilities. Many of you are being encouraged from the benevolent universe to tap into your psychic abilities so that you can feel more secure in your root chakra, feel more secure in your stability about your relationships with self and with others. These are the intentions that are being guided, that the benevolent universe is guiding you to set. The tiger's eye has also been used as a protective amulet to encourage you and to energize your connection with spirit. That's why the grandmother crystal blessing has come out for you today here. That's why you have the energy of crystal asking you to use the crystals to focus. The crystals are also a gift to you to assist you as you're tapping in with Mother Earth, with Gaia, to be nurtured, to feel more secure, to receive this divine wisdom and insight so that you can come out of comparing yourself to another. Group number one, it's time for you to stop comparing yourself to another and start creating. Start creating the relationships you want. Start creating the intimacy with self, to set your intentions on tapping into your third eye for many of you, to knowing that you're a gift, to receiving this gift from the universe, the gift of the crystals, the gift of intimacy, the gift of relationships, the gift of healing, the gift of tapping into divine wisdom. You also have this card here, the call of the dancing crane is what that says. And this energy is wanting you to know that you are a gift also. See, many of you, group number one, you felt like the odd man out is what I'm getting. So you felt like you were different from other people. For many of you, you've always felt like you were different. Even when you're traveling, it's like when you go on holidays or when you're traveling, you feel different. You feel a different energy. You tap into a different energy. So what I'm saying is, some of you need to travel so that you can feel that different energy that you feel. More alive is what I'm getting. Some of you are traveling inward to tap more into your intimacy. But many of you have felt different within yourself, different from the crowd, set apart, the odd man out, I keep hearing. But this is because, group number one, you guys have this essence of like starseed energy. You guys gravitate towards astral thinking, out of this world thinking. Usually you guys are like heavily on the astral plane is what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting for you. And because you're able to tap into that energy, when you put your energy, enough energy into your thoughts and your emotions, into your beliefs, you tend to have different life experiences. What you're being encouraged today is to tap into this energy now, to put enough energy into your habits, into your thoughts, into your emotions, into your belief, so that you can now interpret your current life experiences in a way that are more higher vibrational from you, not from an energy of past conditions. That's where this forgiveness is coming from, for you to forgive yourself for past mistakes, for past conditionings, from things that have happened to you when you were a child. It's now time to set the intention. This green is about the heart chakra, to tap more into your heart chakra, tap more into your third eye chakra. When you're on the astral planes, you can set the intention to have your thoughts create the life, the soulmate, the energy that you really wish to have, to do, to be. Many of you can create or have created very sticky situations with your thoughts in the astral realm, is what I'm getting for you, group number 1. Because your thoughts and your beliefs are attached to certain places, to houses, to a certain house, a house you grew up in for many of you, to certain people. Group number 1, when you're in a different environment, sometimes that's why you have radio here with travel. Many of you, when you travel outside of self, you get into this energy of being in a different environment. And for many of you, group number 1, you're often have a chance to create fresh habits, fresh beliefs. So some of you, the benevolent universe is saying it's time for you to go on holiday. It's time for you to take a trip. It's time for you to move out of the space that you've been in. Taking this trip will allow you to tap into your third eye energy, feeling more nurtured. So you can stop believing the stories of the old. It's time to rebirth your story. It's time to get grounded. This black is about the earth star chakra, nurturing yourself, getting grounded, so that you can power over any difficulties and reclaim your power. It's time to allow this transformation to happen for you, group number 1. It's time for you to now have more intimacy in your life. It's time now for you to connect with this soulmate and feel more stable and secure. Root chakra, grounding in your heart, grounding your stability, grounding with your third eye. So to sum up your message, group number 1, it's time for you to go within, get intimate with self, so that you can vibrate on that energy of forgiveness of self, and being able to forgive another. Many of you will be able to do this by taking a trip. Astral trip for some of you, where you can rearrange the story, to set the intentions, to have a new beginning. For some of you with the soulmate. For others of you to take action, to take a trip, to go on holiday, to be able to uniquely express yourself and all the living colors of your soul is what I'm getting. Your reading is about your heart chakra, your root chakra, and your third eye chakra, using the crystals to set the intentions, to be in the energy of forgiveness, to infuse more laughter, more love, and fun. Fun. You guys, group number 1, the benevolent universe is saying, baby, set the intention for the trip so that you can have more fun, more laughter, more play, to be more intimate with self, possibly with a soulmate, to have this new beginning. It's now time to take action, to take this journey through your life from your heart. Group number one, your heart is illuminating the darkness. It's illuminating the illusion and allowing it to drop away so that you're not selling yourself out, so that you can see what is real, the realness and forgiving, the realness of your heart, the realness of love, of laughter. Group number one, consider the parts of yourself that you may not be accepting. Those parts where you're comparing yourself to someone else. All you need and want is within you, group number one. So some of you may be experiencing an inner dissonance, and this is due to what you are trying to push away. It's now time to offer that forgiveness to yourself, to be more compassionate, unconditionally loving to yourself. This is going to bring you back into this energy of wholeness. Allow your luminescence of your soul to radiate. Nothing, group number one, shines like a heart that is filled with illuminating, pushing out love. Part of letting your light shine bright is for you to shine through the shadows that are telling you you're not enough, that you can't do this, through the shadows of things that have happened to you since you were a child, through the shadows of insecurity, knowing that you are enough, to be more graceful with yourself, group number one. There is nothing to fear. Face that fear within self that pulls up these insecurities that cause you to not feel stable. Face your demons about intimacy for many of you. And it's now time, the benevolent universe is saying to you, for you to take action on accepting all your shades, your light and your dark, to allow more light and love inside of you so that that can radiate out of you and out into the world. Okay? So that's your reading, group number one. I want to thank you for joining me. And those were your messages from a benevolent universe. Your crystals again are lapis lazuli, and the library or the cathedral crystal could also assist you. Also, any green crystal with the heart chakra, allowing you to tap into your heart chakra. Some of you set that intention for your trip. It may be a trip to meet a soulmate. It may be a trip to just connect more with self and get out of your environment, allowing you to reclaim your power and power over any difficult situations you may be having. Group number two, your key energy, your key card, your key focus is living large. You also have the little heart that says reflection. You have victim consciousness. Your crystals are the Larimar and the Labradorite. Okay. Larimar and Labradorite. Your tarot cards are the Three of Cups, the Devil, and the Four of Swords. You also have Transformation from the Lemurian deck and the I Am Presence. I feel like I want to move these up. Put those there. Okay, that's good. Can you see that? Yeah. You have karmic relationships. Your rune is the Kenaz rune with torch. You have reparenting yourself. You also have kindness counts. You have psychic development. Psychic development. You also have the I am presence. You have victim. This says, what can I burn? And will you be able to see the girth? Can't see that either. Okay, victim. Let's get the cards out. Come on. You have message of concern and change. Okay. You also have nectar of the lotus. You have respect. You have acceptance. You have dawn with new beginnings. You have lodge with counsel. You have divine feminine. And it says magnetic receptive power. And you have emotional freedom. Okay, that's better. And your rune is Feiyu. Okay, so group number 2, your messages from the benevolent universe is that many of you have been in karmic relationships. And because of these karmic relationships, sometimes you get triggered. Sometimes you feel like you're going through turmoil. For many of you, sometimes you're in an energy of resentment. Now, what the benevolent universe wants you to recognize is that these were lessons, okay? And it's time to let go and start loving you. It's time to let go of the victim consciousness, because your key card, your key energy is living large. And it's time for you now to start to live large. What does that mean? It means that you can tap into the universe at any time with your I am presence. Not once, but twice. The benevolent universe gave you this message. So, this says, I am presence with the cosmos. This says, I am presence. And this is your crown chakra. So it's time for you to now bring more balance, more stability, more harmony in your life by using your I am presence, your I am affirmations, your I am ask formations. What do you mean, Tonae Star? Well, I am is 2 of the most powerful words. We know this. If you don't, now you know. And whatever you put behind it is what you're calling for. So it's now time for you to reflect, to go within, and now get out of these toxic cycles of where you're feeling like you're not enough because of karmic relationships for many of you. Some of you are still in the energy of getting triggered by things that have happened to you in your past. Some of you are now learning about your I am presence and how to use this energy. I am is very powerful. So it's time for you to put in the I am work. When I say I am work, it's because many of you, your karmic relationships have happened to you from when you were a child. And now you're learning to reparent yourself. For many of you, this is in the energy of you having to reparent yourself and being a parent. So you're learning that the things you went through as a child, you don't want that cycle to continue with your own children. So you're learning to tap into your I am presence to say things like, I am a good parent. I am able to connect with my inner child, to assist my children to have new beginnings. Group number 1, you guys are tapping into this energy of respect, respecting yourself, and now demanding respect from others. Yes, you're allowing others to have their own unique perspective, but never to be disrespectful to you. I'm getting you gonna check a BI if you need to check a BI. You feel me? But first and foremost is respecting yourself. RESPECT. And still moving on the path in an energy of love. Allowing yourself to now rest from any karmic relationships, whether they came from a parent or whether they came from a lover, whether they came from friends and or family. Because whenever we think karmic, we tend to think of just relationships romantically. But a parent could be karmic, a friend could be karmic, family, sisters, brothers, uncles, cousins. Now it's time for you to move into this I am energy of having more celebration, of being more respected, of offering respect, receiving respect, and giving respect. Coming out of a victim consciousness and being kind to self, because kindness counts. And then being able to be kind to others. It's time for a change, group number 2, to allow that cycle to end. This is a 9. That cycle of victim consciousness is over. This is what the benevolent universe is saying to you. Many of you have received messages of concern, and now that you've gotten the message and it's out, it's like you're being given a light in the dark with the torch here. The universe is saying the light in the dark is for you to use your words. Words are powerful. Your frequency and your vibration that you speak is what's allowing you to create your thoughts, your beliefs. You have a thought and then you speak it. So what are you thinking? What is your self-talk saying to you? Is it keeping you in a victim consciousness? Is it keeping you in a blame game? You have victim consciousness and victim here twice. Do you see that? This card here says victim consciousness. Okay, that is not showing up good, but whatever. I'm telling you, it says victim consciousness. And so for many of you with this green being here, this is from your heart chakra. It is time to tap into that love vibration, knowing that I am capable of love. I am worthy of love. I am able to receive love. I am able to give love. I can tap into my third eye chakra, because many of you are having psychic development. That's card number 27. There's another 9. It's time to allow certain cycles to complete, is what the benevolent universe is saying to you. Especially for many of you, you have chosen these 2 crystals. This has come out in your energy. The labradorite crystal is just about that. It's about expanding your mind, and it's about further spiritual growth. These lessons have come to assist you to grow spiritually, to grow and release any negative side of your personality. The labradorite is that crystal that can help you amplify, magnify. It helps you to think twice when it comes to impulsive behavior, because many of you got into certain relationships being impulsive, and there's nothing to feel bad about that. I'm getting that some of you just have a very loving heart, and so you have a tendency to not always vet people out. Now you're learning to respect yourself and vet people out a little deeper. is what I'm getting. The labradorite is also about tapping into that psychic ability as you're having psychic development here. Labradorite can assist you with that. It is the third eye. It is a crystal that is meant to assist the third eye or first eye, call it however you want. Larimar is also that crystal that is the color of the sky, the color of the sea. Larimar is a crystal that's usually used to help women to restore their connection with their earth goddess energy. It helps you to tap into your goddess energy where you are able to demand that respect. The energy I'm getting of an empress, of a divine feminine. Larimar can assist you in magnifying and bestowing that energy of connecting with your goddess energy. When you meditate with this crystal, Larimar allows you to tap into the spiritual plane and assist you with angelic connections. Many of you are now tapping into and receiving this divine guidance, using these crystals to magnify, tapping into the spiritual plane, because some of you are not sure about how or what it is to tap into your I am presence, and you can ask for guidance. That's what this castle is. It's like call a meeting with your angels, your ancestors, the Most High. Tapping into that goddess frequency, ask them how you can have this new beginning, how you can come out of the darkness, because it's darkest just before the dawn is arising. Many of you, the benevolent universe is saying that it is now time for you to allow the sun to shine again, to allow the dawn to come forth, to tap into this psychic ability of knowing that you're able to come out of karmic cycles, that you're not chained to the past, to karmic relationships, platonic, parental, romantically, with family and or friends. It is now time to allow the dawn to come forth and celebrate. It is now time to allow the dawn to come forth and heal. Four of Swords, Three of Cups. To give yourself space in this moment and trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. It's now time to dawn into emotional freedom. See, many of you are like a unicorn. The way you love is like a unicorn. But it's now time to receive this wisdom, this counsel on how to reparent yourself so that you can tap into, see, I said that, this divine feminine energy, this goddess energy. You guys are very magnetic. But in this essence of being receptive to the new beginning, to living more large, living in goddess energy, living in divine feminine energy, it's time to accept yourself. No more victim consciousness, being kind to yourself. To make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you, group number 2. It's time to pick up your pen and write out what your next chapter will look like. It is time for transformation, to go within and be more present, to allow, as you're going through this process, receiving the guidance from your angels, ancestors, the Most High. They're wanting to connect with you because it's time for you to step into your divine feminine energy, where you're attracting more abundance, where you're attracting living large, where you're attracting more joy, peace, bliss, and love for yourself. There is an endless supply where you may have felt like it wasn't because of needing to reparent yourself by having a karmic parent, where you've had karmic relationships. The benevolent universe is wanting you to know that it's time to come out of that scarcity consciousness into a consciousness of abundance. Bring yourself into the cocoon of gently loving yourself, of being able to take that time for self-love and reflection. And as you're taking this time, the insight will come, group number 2. The shadows can then be released, and you can step into using your I am presence to live more large, to be in your divine feminine energy, to receive the abundance of bliss, of love, of joy. As this insight is coming forth from your shadows and being released, your heart space will then soften, and you can come out of victim consciousness as you're being more kind, more loving, more respectful to yourself. During this coming out phase and releasing these cycles, you may cry, you may be angry, and if that's what is needed to release what you're holding on to, do so. But after you cry, after you release, after you're angry, can you then shift into this energy of laughter and of looking at it all in the irony of it all? The irony of knowing that these are lessons that came to divinely perfect you, group number 2, is what I'm getting. To come out of this being triggered, come out of this turmoil and this resentment, cry it out, be angry, do whatever it is you need to do to then shift yourself to be able to take on this divine feminine energy, to take on the goddess energy, to be in this energy of divine perfection. That's what your journey is showing you, that you're not a victim, that these were lessons that were allowing you to still be able to know that you're on this path. Your journey is this path of love, where you're journeying beyond your constructed, the way you've been told to love, the way you've been told or shown that this is love from a parent, from a friend, from a family. You're moving beyond these constraints, and you're delving now into the beautiful abyss of your being, the beautiful abyss of living large, the beautiful abyss of joy, of laughter, of emotional freedom. It's now time, group number 2, for you to revel in the twilight that happens just before the dawn. The twilight that happens just before the dawn. That is one of the most beautiful times of day. If you haven't gone out to catch a sunrise, that may be something where you can just listen to the birds as they awaken and they sing their song for you. As the sun is coming up, you can then release and know that the darkness within inside of you is now coming into the twilight. Just as the sun is rising, it's now time for you to rise into this emotional freedom, into this divine feminine energy, into this living large. It's now time to let your wings unfurl. See? Emotional freedom. Your wings are ready to unfurl. Group number 2. Step into this wealth. The wealth of abundance, of bliss, of love, of joy, of peace, and even financial wealth and abundance is what I'm getting. Wealth of mind, in body, in health, in spirit. Use your I am presence. The benevolent universe didn't tell you once, they told you twice. And if I had another one in the deck, I think they would have told you thrice, 3 times. The power of 3. I am lovable. I am capable of love. I receive love. I give love. I am worthy of love. I am valuable. I am respected. I give respect. I receive respect. I live large. Your key phrase, key message. 25. Spiritual lessons. I am emotionally free to love, to give love, to receive love. I am divine feminine. And if you're masculine, this is still tapping into your divine feminine energy, because we all have both within us. And for many of you, the masculines out there, that's an energy that is present for you as you're going through this transformation. Okay, so group number 2, that has been your reading. I want to thank you for joining me. And those were your messages from the benevolent universe. Your crystals again are the labradorite and the larimar, to assist you to amplify the energy of coming out of victim consciousness and stepping into the abundance consciousness. Group number 3, you chose musing right along, card number 18. Your crystals are the moonstone, and the chrysolite. You also have discover your life purpose. You have the little heart that I'll read later. Your tarot cards are the 4 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Death card. 4 of Cups, Knight of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, and Death. You also have Transformation. You have Coffin, Death twice. Interesting. You have Dagas with Dawn. You have Sexuality. You have Don't Relinquish Your Power. You have Practice Moderation. You also have an attitude of gratitude. You have Faith. Grief. Family. Peace and forgiveness. And you have Courtship. You also have Dance of the Butterfly Queen. You have Spontaneity. Daffodil Fairy with New Beginnings. Mountain with Strength. Vision Quest with Seek. It is so cold where I am right now, y'all. Plant Medicine with Truth. Calming the Waters with Peaceful Self-Regulation. Serendipity. And how come you got more rooms? I pulled out more. You have the Ewa's room and Fate. Okay? So, group number 3, your messages from the benevolent universe is that it's time to come out of any limiting beliefs that are keeping you from what you want right now. Many of you are needing to or being encouraged to find ways to peacefully self-regulate, to calm your emotional waters, because many of you are going through a transformation, and this is big transformation. The benevolent universe gave you this message twice: transformation and death. Death is a transformation. Death is going from one state to another. Now, many of you are going through a transformation because you literally lost someone. We have grief here. So you lost someone that is very dear to you, and or you lost something that is very dear to you. And for some of you, because of this loss, you haven't wanted to move forward. It's like you want to sit in a corner with your arms folded when you have all of this power, and the divine is saying it's time to get over the grief. Do it in the best way possible, but it's time to not relinquish your power. For some of you, to move in an energy of peacefulness, because endings happen in order for you to move into another state. Something has to die or be moved out of the way to end in order to bring in new beginnings. Transition happens as you die off to the old self so that growth can happen. Take the messages as they resonate. Some of you are just dying to your old way of being, dying to a certain way of self and being in self. So you're going through this change. You're feeling more liberated, or you'll feel more liberated as you are going through this transformation and allowing certain things to die off. In the process of having these things die off, you're finding more strength. Finding more strength and having an attitude of gratitude. If you're not, then that's what the benevolent universe is saying for you to move into. To be strong, especially with the Yao rune here. So your message is constantly being reiterated with you tapping into the strength as you're going into these new beginnings. Many of you are musing right along. That was your key energy, your... Can I get it? That's your key energy, your key phrase, musing right along. So you're having transformation. You're going through a phase. You're transitioning from one identity into another for many of you. Many of you are also being encouraged that if you actually lost someone, that you haven't actually lost them. They've transitioned into the spiritual realm, and they are now able to be spiritual guides for you to enjoy and muse in all of the good times that you had with them. For others of you, this is card number 18. That's totals 9. That's that cycle ending. That's that transition. That's that transformation. As you're having this transformation, think about group number 3. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer that you're seeking as you're going through this transformation, it dwells within your heart, not in your mind. The benevolent universe wants you to know that it is from your heart, that it's your heart that is the gateway to your soul. So not being so in your head, especially when it comes to dating and or courtship. Many of you are in your head about how to transition this into the next phase. How can you be strong in getting over past relationships? How can you be in this energy of forgiving yourself for what went wrong in past relationships, and or forgiving yourself with a soulmate or someone you want to court, someone you have feelings for? This forgiveness is the green for the heart chakra. This forgiveness is also card number 19. 9 and 1, that's 10. That's that cycle being completely over of you not being able to forgive and transforming as you move into the next cycle, because 1 comes after that 10, of a new beginning. A new beginning with courtship, a new beginning with self, a new beginning in transforming and growing into your strength of knowing that you can balance out your head and your heart. You can find head and heart coherence and muse right along within family. For many of you, finding stability within family. Soul family, creating soul family, connecting with soul family, being able to peacefully regulate your emotions so that you're able to move when you're supposed to move, spontaneity. Instead of being in your head and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, just being like, yo, I'm going for it. I'm going to do this. I see. And I feel like I'm talking to a very masculine dominated energy. Like you group, or I feel like there's a lot of men in this group. And some of you want to be spontaneous about someone you're interested in. And the benevolent universe is saying, baby, go for it. Do the do. Like, what are you going to wait for her to come after you? Or him, take it how it resonates, whatever. Or are you going to be spontaneous and go for what you know? You've been putting in the work, thinking it over. How can I? Should I? And it's time to let that die and just be more spontaneous, babes. It's time to do the do. It's time to move beyond the constraints of your mind and freely and lovingly embrace new situations, new beginnings. It is time to dance your happy dance. Some of y'all want to dance with somebody, I said. Not that Whitney Houston. Am I hearing it? How it go? How the song go? I don't want to sing today because my voice is still waking up. But it's like, what's that song? I hear it. Come back. Okay, there it is. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. What? I want to feel the heat with somebody. That's what some of you are saying. Like, you ready to put your dancing shoes on and tap into your heart space energy and just have some fun. And yeah, dance your happy dance. Oh wow, I just realized too, you have the dance of the butterfly queen here. So yeah, some of you really want to dance. You want to move into a pure heart and sincere love is what I'm getting. And the dance of the butterfly queen is saying, divine grace is flowing through you at this time with a lightness of touch and with great joy. It's time to tap into your heart chakra. And the heart chakra, balance it out. There are many forms you could take. There are many serendipity events that are occurring for you, group number 3. So you just may be somewhere. I just saw somebody being somewhere, hearing their favorite song and busting out in a dance. Like doing your happy dance. What? Just doing your happy dance. Come on. And that's just going to allow you to be in an energy of lightness, of joy, of flowing. Some of you may be dancers, is what I'm getting. But there are no limits, is what the benevolent universe wants you to know. There's no limits to what is possible. And it's now time for you to be ready to receive. Choosing to let go of striving and instead to turn into your heart, group number 3. Turn into your heart because it's calling out. Oh, I just heard that song. Listen to your heart. Yeah. Listening to your heart, and because for many of you, it's calling out for unconditional love, for a divine love, to be love, to move through love, to receive love. to take the lessons that you've learned as you're transitioning and moving into a more compassionate, more unconditional, more loving, feeling the divine intelligence that comes from your heart chakra is what I'm getting here. Coming from your heart chakra because it's going to assist you in discovering your life's purpose. For some of you, dance, because he's playing a violin here, is your life's purpose. For some of you, music is a part of your life's purpose. Some of you, I just heard, are going to be making music, and it's going to allow others to transform, to tap into their heart space. For some of you, there is time for you to not be afraid, I'm hearing, of your sexuality. Some of you are very magnetic and you put your what? I just heard you put your what? You put your sexuality literally in a box. Like, you don't want to be intimate with anyone because you know how potent sexuality is, and many of you haven't been taking any offers. But the benevolent universe is saying, come on, practice moderation. You can't completely let your sexuality die. You can't be saying RIP to sexuality. What? Where they do that at? No. It's time for you to liberate it. Let it out of the box. Now, of course, you want to be mature about this. You're not just going to be sleeping around or doing this with any and everybody. And for many of you, it may be that you want to do this in the essence of marriage. I just heard that. And that's why you have the family card here. It's like you want to create a stable foundation to move forward so that you're able to release your sexuality and feel more liberated. Some of you, take it as it resonates. I'm not telling you to go out there and get busy with nobody. You are an adult. Use your own guidance system, okay? But for many of you, y'all just letting cobwebs grow on that thing. And there's nothing wrong with that because you're wanting to be within the right energy, with the right person. You're wanting to, wait, okay. I also got some of you need to practice moderation when it comes to sexuality because you have been a little sharing your gifts all over the place. But that's just for very few of you. For others of you, it's because you're now wanting to have a courtship. But many of you haven't. It's like I get this energy of almost like a fear of being intimate with someone because it does create very strong ties, soul ties even. But the benevolent universe is saying to not be in fear, to practice moderation, and to have faith that it's okay to open your heart, to not be caught up in what you have lost in the past, lost relationships for many of you. Some of you put your sexuality on a shelf or in a box or said RIP to it because you gave your intimacy to others that didn't know how to appreciate it. But it's time to now receive a cup and or offer a cup. Time to tap into your third eye chakra. Use that to know if someone is able, willing to even receive the abundance of love that you're offering. In today's time, many people have equated having sex with showing, like, people jump into bed quickly. And I get with this group, you guys have pulled back from that. You're wanting to practice moderation now. The benevolent universe is saying you will know when, you will know how, you will know serendipity, the right time, the right place, the right person or people. The right person will come into your view, your energy field. You'll know with courtship here. Don't relinquish your power by just giving away your sexuality to any and everybody. Make them put in the work, just like you put in the work to care for yourself. Many of you are putting an end to just willy-nilly giving out your sexual energy is what I'm getting. You're finding other ways to peacefully self-regulate. You're knowing your truth, and you're also seeking truth. And that's a part of not relinquishing your power. You're ready for new beginnings to take place so that you can freely express yourself, and so that you're able to discover your life's purpose, who's meant to be in your life. Soul family and the family you were birthed into. Bringing that balance between your head and your heart, moving beyond the constraints of your mind and freely, lovingly embracing new situations, new people. You've put in that work. You now want to move forward quickly to your new beginnings and having strength, to allowing everything in life to unfold, not into fear, but into love. To muse right along in the energy of love, not in fear. Fear that you can't sexually connect with some, because that's what I'm getting. It's like I'm feeling two vibrations. Some of you are in fear of sexuality. Many of you are ready to take on sexuality, but you want to do it within a family type of setting. Many of you are learning to release the constraints around sexuality, tapping into your strength and not relinquishing your power. You're musing right along, finding ways to calm your emotional waters. For some of you, calm your sexual waters. Take the energy as it resonates. All in all, keeping that attitude of gratitude for where you're at in this present moment and allowing these new beginnings to take place. Expanding your awareness and being more heart-centered. Having a heart-centered radiance for all beings on the planet, and including yourself. For many of you, this is a part of your life's purpose, and this is what you're discovering. And as you're discovering this, it's like you're radiating that, and it's encapsulating the earth in a loving, compassionate energy, because you're basking now, group number 3, in more blissful feelings. And you're feeling the more perfect balance of loving yourself and the universe loving you back. That's a part of your truth. That's what you came here to experience. And it's time to now enjoy that dance of the universe. Put on your dancing shoes. Footloose. I just heard that. Footloose. Put on your blue suede shoes. I think that's how it goes. I don't really know. But get fancy free with the universe. Enjoy this dance as you're going through this transformation, as you're having these new beginnings, as you're practicing moderation and not relinquishing your power, as you're looking for those serendipity events of the right people, right places, right things just coming into your energy field. Allowing the sun to rise and shine on you. That has been your message. Group number 3 is your musing right along from the benevolent universe. Remember, group 1, group 2, and group 3 to always let your light shine bright and always shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you're still amongst the stars. And of course, you know how we end the videos. Always let your light shine bright. Do what? Let your light shine bright. Always let your light shine bright. Do what? Let your light shine bright. Continue to keep musing along. Thank you for joining me. Tonae Star. Oh yeah, and do the YouTube thing. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. 11:11 on the clock. Exactly. Let me show you. I don't got my phone, but it is.